Is it possible, perhaps even probable, that economic data was manipulated in the quarters running into the election, and we did have a mild recession from 4Q15 to 2Q16?
It's 100% probable that we had a recession on the industrial side of the economy. It already happened. 100%. That's why we made so much money for people from 2014 when the industrial profit cycle peaked to the low. I mean, if you go to, we had a recession. Why do you think that all the recession states voted for Trump? Isn't that a different way to say it? Rust Belt whiteys, I mean, that's what they voted for because they're in a recession. They're in a recession. Look at the industrial profit recession. If you go to, first of all, let's give people a little teaching here. Let's go to slide 14. It's called cycles. So the cyclical stuff, the peak, they typically peak before GDP does. That's why we put the red line in front of the black line. The main line of the cycle is the black line, or the black curve, sine curves. So that peak, if you go to the next slide, slide 15, looks exactly like what happened. This isn't an opinion, this is a fact. U.S. industrial growth, ISMs peaked right where that red box is at the end of 2014. The stocks got hammered in addition to the data. By the time they started to bottom, people were in the fetal position along that stuff. And now it's trying to bake in that you're coming out of the red, that you're going to have a recovery. Okay? So it's not a debate as to why the people that voted for Trump. They were in a recession. They're still in a recession. They're hoping to not be in a recession. That's really the question. Can you get the Rust Belt states out of the recession? He's talking about 35% tariffs. I mean, there's a lot. That's his constituency. So it's an open question, but it's not a big blanket you could put over top of that answer saying, were we in a recession? Was the government making up the data to say that we weren't? No, absolutely we were, and that's where the votes came from. Got it? The bigger and broader question is, will we have a recession ever again? And hopefully we're on top of that if and when it's coming. The first quarter that in 2017 is going to be a quarter where a lot of people are going to start to ask that question again because we're at 0.7% GDP sequentially, which equates to 1.3% year over year.